Hey, this is gonna be an anti-drug rant. I've been wanting to do something like this actually for a while, on my other channel. But you know, I got a good anti-marijuana skit, I guess I'm gonna put on there. Not well, you guys can see if you watch that channel. But instead, I want to talk about drugs on this channel. And what a lot of people don't realize is how opposed I am to drugs. And this is a personal thing. I recently gave up drinking, which I don't think will be a problem at all. I never crave alcohol because I never drank that much to start with. Yeah, because of, well, actually the main reason I gave up drinking was it wastes too much time, you know. I hate wasting time, you know. I hate being hungover. I hate staying up till 5 a.m. You know, I don't even like sleeping because it wastes too much time. That's how for some reason I'm a real stickler about time. I like to get a lot of stuff done. And I never get enough done. So anyway, yeah, I'm giving up alcohol, all forms of intoxication, really. But alcohol was my only form of intoxication, so there you go. Yeah, what I really should do is give up caffeine, because stimulants are not good for panic attacks, I guess. But caffeine is really, really, really addictive, and I drink a lot of it. Well, no. Nowadays, I limit myself to 2 cups of coffee a day. 1 in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon. So, yeah, who knows, I might go more than that at some time. But I think caffeine is, I think they hide how addictive it is, you know. And more people, because of these energy drinks, are going to be addicted to it. And I think it's also hidden how harmful it is. And maybe I'll try to give it up again, but it's just rough with the way I'd like to, you know, wake up. Yeah, but anyway, I'm a very personally against personal drug use. For a lot of reasons. I think people use drugs to escape reality, and if you have panic attacks, the last thing you want to do is try to escape reality. People try to self-medicate a lot with marijuana and alcohol on panic attacks. This is, you know, for me, the few times I've smoked marijuana, it would not help with anxiety at all. It would probably make my nerves worse. I get very irritable on that. I don't get irritable with alcohol, but like I said, alcohol's a big time waster, you know. There's lots of other bad reasons, not, you know, alcohol wastes a lot of time, it wastes a lot of money. Yeah, I would not recommend it. Obviously, anything else. Now, another thing, there's very personal reasons for me not to use drugs too, which is family reasons. Both of my parents were very heavy drug users in the 60s and 70s. And I don't mean like they smoked a lot of pot. I mean, they were heavy drug users. I'm talking, well, everything. Everything. Both my parents used heroin. Both my parents used cocaine. My mother told me recently she used methamphetamines before, which is just, to me, just bizarre. I know people on my Captain Awesome channel always accuse me of being on meth, which a lot of the time it's like a lot of the time I think those comments are racially motivated, you know, because I sort of got that slight rural accent, you know, and meth is such a stereotypical redneck drug, you know, but it doesn't really bother me because I couldn't even imagine using meth. I couldn't even imagine doing any of that. You know, my parents took a long time to get their lives together because of drugs. Both of them are completely off of drugs now, of course. both of them pulled their lives together to a remarkable extent. But I've seen, you know, the effects drugs have. I mean, I've seen how long it takes somebody to recover from drugs. I mean, probably both my parents never fully recovered from the effects of drugs. You know, here's a funny thing about oh shit, I don't want to go into it on this channel. Well, fuck it, why not? So, like I said, for people who are just tuning in to hear, I run another channel on here, Captain Awesome channel. Probably all of you know this, which is an atheist channel on here. And so all of my siblings are drug-free, like me. People joke sometimes with me, you know, straight edge kids, people who are into punk rock and metal music, and don't do drugs or alcohol, or have promiscuous sex, are straight edge. There's a whole weird culture there. They have the X's on their hands. People would joke with me because I like that music, and a lot of my friends just like never seen me drink or smoke or anything. I've never smoked, and they go, I've been, people who know me mistake me for straight edge before, and I'm like, no, no, what are you guys talking about? They're like, well, you don't have X's on your hands, you have V's on your hands, you have half X's. But yeah, the point is, it doesn't take hard. You know, I grew up in rural America, and in the Pacific Northwest, which is the methamphetamine capital of the world, and it's not too hard to see the immense damage that meth has on people out here. Incredible damage. I mean, it's the same as crack in inner cities, but you know, it's a little more swept under the rug here, and less enforced. You know, really, people get away with it. You know, the meth labs aren't busted. You know, the cops are worthless. Yeah, but a lot of people who have panic attacks, got a couple minutes left and then I'm going to wrap this up, have them because they're drug induced. And it's so frustrating to me because half a dozen times I go to see doctors about this. They're always like, drugs and alcohol? Or have you done drugs and alcohol in the last month? I'm like, no. Like, every box that might spark, because that's a common cause of panic attacks. People who take too much LSD have panic attacks a lot. And they're like, do you exercise regularly? Yes. You know, like everything that should prevent panic attacks in me physically, you know, is there. Like I have none of the physical things that should cause panic attacks. Very frustrating to me. So, you know, and I can't tell you how many times they sucked out my blood to test for thyroid problems, diabetes. There's a whole slew of tests they do for people who have panic attacks. And I've had them tested 3 times, and then like I'll go in and I'll go, well, I'm having this problem. They're like, whoop, gotta test you. And I'm like, it's gonna come back negative. It always does. They're like, well, we gotta make sure. You know, it's really annoying. Not that I mind. I don't mind needles or anything like that, but okay, well, looks like that's about it. So, peace out. Don't do drugs.